The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, good morning, everybody, and I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas and holiday season, as well as a Happy New Year. And we'll be 3 days into the new year, and I'm very excited to see this day come. Let's go to item number 1, which is the roll call.
Good morning. Thank you. Supervisor Gates.
Here.
Supervisor Galvin. Happy New Year. Thank you. Supervisor Sellers.
Here.
Supervisor Gallardo.
Here.
And Chairman Hickman.
Here. Thank you. Thank you, Juanita. Okay, item number 2, of course, is the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance to get the party started. Vice Chairman Sellers is introducing our guest today.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm honored to have Episcopal Bishop David Bailey do our invocation and pledge this morning. I started to introduce Dave as my friend, but he and his wife Ann are more like family. When I was chair during COVID, every time I thought about how difficult my job was, I reminded myself that Dave's area covers Navajo land in Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah, a much more challenging situation than what we were dealing with here. I'm honored to call Bishop David Bailey my personal friend. Thank you, Dave. Well, let's all stand, please.
Let us pray. God of peace and enlightenment, we lift up these leaders in prayer for their dedication and commitment. May they give of themselves selflessly, understanding that this service may require personal sacrifice. Strengthen them when they have challenges, seeming instrumental, and inspire them to press forward with unwavering commitment. Give them clarity of purpose and wisdom in solutions. Guide them to make the best decisions and to effectively carry them out. These things we ask in your name. Amen. Let us join together in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jack, anything else about your guests? No? Because I'm going to introduce some real quickly.
Okay. Just thank you so much, David, for being here. It means the world to me. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to, thank you, Jack. I would like to welcome guests today. I'll start with some elected officials first. Mayor Hartke from Chandler is here today. Thank you for joining us. Mayor Woods is here today from Tempe. Thank you for joining us. Vice Mayor Jeff Brown is here today. Thank you, Jeff, for joining us. On the county elected side, we have, of course, our esteemed recorder, Stephen Richer, is joining us today. Thank you, Stephen. County Assessor Eddie Cook is with us today. Thank you, Eddie, for joining us on this big day. Also wanted to point out some people that are very important to a chairman and an incoming chairman that thought that they would be here based on their relationships with us. I believe Jen Toth is here today from the Department of Transportation. Thanks, Jen, for all the work that I'm sure that you've seen a couple people do up here with you, alongside you. We have Chief Roska and Chief Skinner and Ann Scheel from the Sheriff's Department. Thank you for joining us today. We have Mr. Zerker, Ed Zerker, representing Maricopa Association of Governments. Thank you, Ed, for being here. And also a great friend of mine that I've traveled this whole state together with, Craig Sullivan from the County Supervisors Association. Thanks, Craig, for joining us. Now I'm going to just briefly scan, because if there's an elected out there, I'm going to hear about it after this meeting. So I don't see any others. Great call. Matt Morales representing Steve Watson today for the county schools. Thanks, Matt, for being here. Okay. Before we get started on the big thing, I just wanted to just real quickly say thank you for all of the people that work for the county. I did a chairman's address and last year, and to be able to see so many different priorities and everybody working so hard to carry those out, including a priority about fentanyl and what transpired this year on how we've all worked so hard to try to get this scourge out of our community. I want to thank Rachel Mitchell and Sheriff Penzone for their work and their staff work on that as well, for keeping our community safe. But I really do appreciate all of the county leadership team, Jen, all your people, for what they've done and accomplished this year. It's really easy to give a priority and then step away and go to the egg farm and then watch all this stuff happen. And it's because people put their shoulder to the grindstone on days like this and really hit it out of the park. So thanks to all of you. It's been a real honor this year to be your chairman and to lead this county. And it's really, I'm very, very thankful that I get to pass this gavel today, because I don't know, man, I'm tired. So this is the greatest, sorry, cities, but this is the greatest brand, I think, of government that you're witnessing today, because we pass the gavel. We don't run for mayor and stay there for 4 years. We actually have to work in our communities and then give it to somebody else and get to take a little bit of a break and get back into our district. So thank you all for joining us today. All right, so we are now coming to item number 4.
Mr. Chairman, real quickly,
Yeah.
before we get there, I just want to publicly thank you for your service once again as chair. I'm not too sure how many times you've been chair, since 3 times? Yeah, you're getting better at it. You're getting better at it. But no, all kidding aside, you have always been accessible every time. I call you on weekends, during the evenings, and you're always there to take my call. I just want to thank you for your service. I know the last few meetings we've had have been a little challenging, and you've taken the hits, but you have just treated everyone with respect. You have given everyone their opportunity to speak, even those that continue to want to just throw rocks at us. And you have just been just a stellar chair, and just been a great colleague. So just thank you so much for being the chair.
Well, thank you, Steve. Are you going to change your vote today?
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve. It's just letting you guys know, it's a real, I see somebody else with their hand up, but it's a real honor and a real privilege to serve with you guys, with the integrity and character that you've shown, not only this year under my leadership, but all the years when we've been working together through so many different issues. It's just the world's easiest position to have, when you have such people that know that they're pulling the oars with you and in the same direction. And I appreciate all of you guys with your stand up and your integrity and your truthfulness, honor and integrity on full display for not just this year, but prior years. Bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Would echo everything that Supervisor Gallardo said. And the third time was a charm. Most definitely, thank you for your leadership. You know, in my time in elected office, I have come to the conclusion that the most important thing when it comes down to leadership is why you are doing this. Mm-hmm. And you are in office for all the right reasons. And that has led to great leadership. It's led to great policy that you've been able to achieve here on the Board of Supervisors. You're here not for personal gain, not to aggrandize yourself, but to make this a better place to live because of your family's roots in this county, and it shows through in everything you do. I couldn't be prouder to serve with you. You are the conscience of this board, and we always know that we can look to you to do the right thing. And I thank you for your leadership, and I look forward to you hanging in the back benches with me in 2024. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. I can't hardly look at you when you say things like that, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Tom.
Mr. Chairman, it's really tough to beat that, but I echo those sentiments. And I also want to thank our friends here from the great municipalities of Tempe, Queen Creek, and Chandler. The way I see it in the last 2 years I've been here, you are partners. We have partners with the local governments, and to me, local government in Arizona is the best kind of government around that you're going to find. Passionate people who just want to serve the public. And also, Mr. Chairman, you did a great job, but I think staff makes it easy. It makes us look really good, so I want to thank all the staff for all the support they've provided over the past year, all the various agencies and departments and electeds who are here. It's really an honor to have all of you here in this room today, to take your time out of your day to be with us as we celebrate your chairmanship and also the incoming chairman. Also want to thank Jen Prikorsky, who did a phenomenal job as county manager in her first year, and I think you and Jen worked absolutely great together. On a personal note, I want to thank you for all the times you were there for me this past year. Probably I bothered you too many times, but you were a mentor, you were a fantastic partner. Sitting next to you and seeing how you weather all the storms has been incredible. But most of all, I want to thank your family, because I know how much of a toll it takes. And if anyone has any question of what the toll has been taken on my colleagues, just take a look at the CNN story on Mr. Hickman in the past month and what he had to deal with just one death threat that was cited in that story, and what his family's had to endure. And the fact that he comes here every single day and does not whine, does not complain. There are no whiners and complainers on this dais. These are people who show up every single day, just get the job done, put the nose to the grindstone, and Mr. Chairman, you epitomize that. So I want to congratulate you and thank you for everything.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it.
Mr.
Jack?
Chairman.
Sheesh. Sir.
I guess I'm supposed to say something nice about you now. No, all kidding.
Give me a little bit of time and we'll see what I say.
Well, I echo everything that's already been said. Clint, it's been my honor to serve as your vice chair. You'll certainly be a tough act to follow. It's been so impressive to me that in addition to all the duties and responsibilities of being chairman, you took a leadership role in addressing our countywide fentanyl problem. I can't thank you enough for being a great chair and a caring chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. And before I look for a motion, I thank you for bringing up the family and how important it is to all of us and what we've been through. So I can't thank my family enough, and this is my second family business is the county because of your support. It helps it make it easier to get through some of these threats. Just knowing that it's an honor not only to protect my immediate family, but protect this county, and also talk about a family. It's my family of staff. We have very few staffers that report directly to us. So. Scott Isham, my chief of staff, that's been through all three of these chairmanships for us. I think you've done a fabulous job making sure the communication between all the districts we talk every day, day after day, hour after hour, just making sure that everybody has the same information and can get to a point where we can do great things for the county. Bill coming on to my staff, Bill Leal, but also working sometimes with McDOT as well in his usual role. So thank you for that, where transportation is so important, as well as my former deputy chief, Michelle Montijo, who's now done such a great job. She's now performing that role as ombudsman for the entire county. So thank you, Michelle, for being there for me too. So. I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, now we have come to the nomination and election of the chairman for the Board of Supervisors for the 2024 calendar year. Do I have a nomination for the chairman?
Mr. Chairman,
Supervisor Gates.
I would like to nominate Supervisor Jack Sellers as the chairman of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors for 2024.
Great, thank you, Bill. Do I have a second?
Mr. Chairman, I wholeheartedly second that motion.
Thank you, Tom. I have an emotion and a second. Are you about to duck under the desk? Oh, you have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Of course not. A unanimous vote, and congratulations, Supervisor and now Chairman Sellers. Oh, you don't want my book? Or
I think I like your glasses.
Jack references I had to borrow his reading glasses quite a lot this year. Thank you, Jack, for that.
Okay. With that, the meeting is adjourned. Oh. No, just kidding. I think at this point, it's my job to present our outgoing chairman with his plaque. I hope you have enough wall space to handle all three of them.
The trifecta.
And I think we're going to, all of us go down front for pictures. Is that what we're going to do?
Okay.
Yes.
Cue.
Hey guys, let's come up. Let's come up in front here.
Let's see, where am I? Yep. Awesome.
Tricky part is remembering which chair I was supposed to.
You've been there before.
Okay, next on the agenda is the chairman's address. So I will come down front for that. And I know you're all busy, so my chief and I worked extensively yesterday to reduce my speech down to get it under 2 hours. So hopefully that'll hold up. But, you know, I really can't tell you what an incredible honor it is to serve as chairman again. I'm fortunate to be able to work with my colleagues on the board and our countywide elected officials. I'm also so pleased to stand beside County Manager Jen Pokorski and her executive leadership team, along with a fine staff here at Maricopa County. So let me start by addressing county employees directly. We have your back. While doing your job with integrity and to the best of your ability, my colleagues and I support you. If you're in one of the county departments that's under constant attack, I'm sorry. It's fair for the public to hold us accountable, but no one should have to endure abuse. I hope you take heart in knowing you're doing important work and we see your value. In the coming year, it's more important than ever that we work together as one Maricopa County, that we support one another, that we work across departments and divisions to improve the quality of life of all our residents. These are challenging times, globally, nationally, and here at home. This is a presidential election year, so my highest priority in 2024 is to provide our county elections team with the resources and support they need to continue administering lawful, free, and fair elections in March, August, and November. We will be administering 3 major elections in a very competitive county in a very competitive state. The eyes of the free world will once again be on Maricopa County. Now, this will happen in collaboration with Recorder Richer because while members of the public may not realize, the Board of Supervisors and the Recorder's Office have responsibility for different aspects of election administration. I pledge to work openly and collaboratively with our recorder as we partner on every detail of a process that is carefully spelled out in state and federal law. Over the past year, we've made a strong elections operation even better. We purchased more high-speed tabulators and new printers to support our vote centers. We've hired more staff and filled key leadership roles with experienced professionals. And speaking of experienced professionals, I'm very pleased that one of Arizona's strongest democracy advocates, our supervisor, Bill Gates, will play a significant role during the 2024 election cycle. Thank you, Bill, for your service and for your leadership. But we can't run elections by ourselves. Every citizen can help. You can be a poll worker, an early ballot processor, a truck driver, or volunteer for other open positions at getinvolved.maricopa.vote. We're confident that when people participate in the process and see for themselves how carefully it's carried out, they'll have more faith in it. This board and this county will follow the law in running elections, just as we have every year since I've held this office. And we will push back hard, as we have done for the past 4 years, against false claims and dishonest narratives that try to undermine the will of the people. I believe every eligible citizen who wants to vote should have an opportunity to do so. We will protect people's right to vote in person. We will protect people's right to vote by mail. We will protect people's right to vote, period. Now, this wouldn't be a Jack Seller speech unless I talked a little bit about infrastructure. So here goes. I'm proud to have been involved in the unprecedented economic expansion we are experiencing with over $65 billion in current projects. But support for this expansion and our lifestyle is going to require developing critical infrastructure to support our future growth. This is the top priority for me, and I'm excited that I have the background, influence, and expertise to help accomplish our goals. Extension of Proposition 400, our current funding mechanism, is a very important first step. But we also need leaders who can plan the smart, critical infrastructure that's needed for our future success. That's why I serve on the board of the Interstate 11 Coalition and on our State Air Mobility Committee, in addition to my many other activities in this area. I will continue to work with my colleagues and elected leaders across our region to make sure Proposition 479 is successful. I truly believe that our future is on the ballot in many ways in 2024. From choosing leaders who have a vision for the future to deciding whether we will grow or stagnate, all on the ballot. Okay, let's remember there is more, much more than elections in Maricopa County. So let's talk about housing. The county has made historic investments to bring more affordable housing online and to shelter those who are experiencing homelessness. Our investment is spread out across the valley, including Chandler, Gilbert, and Tempe in my district, Mesa in Tom's, Phoenix in Bill's, Glendale and Wickenburg in Clintz, and Tolleson and Guadalupe in Steves. We're partnering with cities and towns on solutions that work at the local level. I especially want to thank Steve Gallardo, Supervisor Gallardo, for his passion for getting a roof over everyone's head. While the county can't solve the housing crisis alone, you remind us we are an important contributor to solutions. So, what have we done? 2023 was the hottest summer on record. This impacted those experiencing homelessness more than any other population. The county and our municipal partners opened cooling centers that served over 40,000 residents and provided over 2,700 people with overnight air-conditioned shelters. The county has also made investments in 35 affordable housing projects, which will provide almost 4,000 units, while also investing over $26 million in down payment assistance for home ownership opportunities. In fact, our Human Services Department is doing more impactful work than ever to address housing insecurity. We have affordable housing projects that are designed specifically for seniors. That's the fastest growing segment of our population that's slipping into homelessness. Okay, but there's no silver bullet to go immediately from not enough housing to just right. And there's not a silver bullet that gets every single person experiencing homelessness into a permanent home and a more stable situation. And so, as local governments and businesses, nonprofits, and faith-based organizations continue to do what they can, I invite community members to have empathy and a clear understanding of who it is suffering during this housing crisis. You know, it's some of our teachers, our first responders, our veterans, and more our elderly population. I can assure you that I will continue to support the county's efforts to meet the housing needs of our community. While having a safe place to call home is great, education and jobs will help our residents secure a bright future. Maricopa County's Head Start program and workforce development play an important role in ensuring that future. Soon after I was appointed in 2019, I was invited to read to the children in one of our Head Start classrooms. I asked my staff, what is Head Start? And what role does the county have in it? I quickly learned that this program can be the foundation of a child's educational success. Last fall, 19% of the kids enrolled in Maricopa County Head Start programs were experiencing homelessness. That's about 5 full classrooms of students. I'm so glad that Maricopa County can help provide a good education for these children and resources for their family. But that statistic really illustrates how much need exists in our community. So, while we cannot solve this problem alone, we will not walk away from it. Now, let's talk about jobs. The unemployment rate in our region is low, but not everybody has the job they want or a job that pays the bills or even a job that will necessarily be around in 20 years. That's why I'm so impressed by our Workforce Development Division. They not only connect people to current employment opportunities, but they train folks for the careers that will be most in demand years from now. Supervisor Hickman has made workforce development a priority every year that he's been on this board. Thank you, Clint, for your commitment to connecting job seekers with fulfilling careers and employers with qualified workers. In fiscal year 2023, our team engaged with over 2,300 businesses across the valley and more than 11,000 job seekers. In the coming year, we will continue to deploy resources to educate and train our residents for the jobs that can lead to a meaningful career and provide a livable wage. Fiscal responsibility is one of the core values of this board. It will remain a core value as long as I'm chairman. Supervisor Galvin shares my commitment to providing excellent value for the taxpayer. That's why I'm proud to have him serve as my vice chair in 2024. One of the biggest challenges we'll tackle together is a potential change to how our jail facilities, programs, and infrastructure are funded in Maricopa County. A funding source that's been in place since 1998, the county's 1/5 of the cent sales tax is set to expire in a few years. So, today I'm announcing the formation of a Public Safety Funding Citizens Committee to look at long-term funding options for our public safety and criminal justice system, as well as any reforms that help us produce better outcomes and safer communities. This committee will provide its recommendations to our board later this year. We will share these ideas with the public and solicit feedback from residents before deciding what to refer to our voters. That's what smart, flexible, transparent government looks like. But unfortunately, Maricopa County must get approval from the state legislature before we can refer this to our voters. We are the only county in the state that has to take this extra step. Okay, being mindful that the state is facing revenue shortfalls, we must also be vigilant to ensure that their budget solutions do not adversely impact our county services. I'm going to be working closely with our elected leaders and department heads in the coming months to craft a countywide budget that is impactful, efficient, conservative, and laser-focused on strategic priorities, not pet projects. The truth is, even though we provide great benefits and support for our staff, we have a very lean workforce. Employing 3 full-time employees for every 1,000 residents, when similar-sized counties like Los Angeles and Miami-Dade have rates nearly 4 times that high. That we can accomplish so much with a comparatively small staff is a testament to the character and skill of our employees and the leadership team Jen has assembled. Thank you, Jen, and thank you to all our dedicated public servants. We are one Maricopa County, and it will be my honor to lead this united organization through the coming year to ensure that we remain one of the fastest growing and best run counties in the country. Thank you. Now let's get to work. As I said, now we get back to work. Is that less than 2 hours?
Good job.
Okay, now we will recess as the Board of Supervisors and convene as the Stadium District Board of Directors. The board will now consider item number 5. I will consider motions for the chairman and secretary of the Stadium District.
Mr. Chairman,
Supervisor Gates.
I would like to nominate Jack Sellers as chairman of the Maricopa County Stadium District.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Okay. Next, we need to have a nomination for the secretary of the stadium district.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to nominate Supervisor Gallardo to serve as our secretary of the Maricopa County Stadium District for 2024.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed?
You didn't sound too thrilled there, Clint.
I'm very thrilled.
You're just happy it's not
That motion also passes. Thank you, and this meeting is adjourned.